The Fox News Rundown is a weekday morning podcast that dives deep into the major and controversial stories of the day. Hosted by the anchors of Fox News Radio. Subscribe now to hear a perspective of news you won't find anywhere else. Listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com. It's the Hammer Time Podcast. Fox News Channel's Bill Hemmer takes you one-on-one with engaging personalities covering the critical issues of the day. Find Hammer Time now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com. America's listening to Fox News.
Fox Nation is the place for exclusive content you can't get anywhere else. New opinion shows from Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, and Tommy Lahren you can only get by signing up for Fox Nation. Plus, the real stories behind the headlines. Documentaries on Chappaquiddick, Jimmy Hoffa, and more that you'll only find on Fox Nation. More of the opinion done right you crave? It's on Fox Nation. Documentaries and specials you can't get anywhere else? They're on Fox Nation. So go to foxnation.com today and sign up now for Fox Nation. Opinion done right now.
Glenn Beck at 10, Gulf Coast Mornings now. News Radio 710, WNTM.
Gulf Coast Mornings here on News Radio 710, WNTM and 99.5 FM The Jag. Good morning. Uncle Henry here with you. It's a pleasure to be with you here, even on a Monday morning. A pleasure to be with you here on Gulf Coast Mornings. There are numerous things to get to in this half hour of Gulf Coast Mornings. Local news, national news. And I want to mention again that I've changed my wardrobe, which shouldn't really matter for radio. But we're also on Facebook Live video. And for the entirety of my broadcast career, I've always broadcast as a professional wearing a coat and tie, the way the professionals should broadcast. Those that don't wear more formal or business casual clothing as they broadcast, in my opinion, are bums and really need some coaching up by their employers. But I've changed my outfit today. I am, for the first time in my career, wearing a cape. I'm wearing a no-tolls cape for a variety of reasons. I was inspired by Greg Peterson of NBC 15, Bradley Byrne, and by Roy Moore's protege, Dean Young. It was those three men with a little sprinkling of Jim Ziegler in there that inspired me to wear the no-tolls cape. And I'll explain. If you're interested, I'll explain coming up. We have traffic and weather together coming up. And after the traffic and weather, I'll explain to you how those three men with a sprinkling of Jim Ziegler in there, inspired me to wear the no-tolls cape. That is coming up here after traffic and weather together on the 9s. Now, local news media that is desperate for a toll story. You know that people want to watch toll stories on the news or read about them in your papers. I'm here for you. I'm wearing the cape. I'm a new development. Come, let's talk about the toll and also promote me and my show.
Time saver traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
We have an accident spot in Pensacola that is causing some backups this morning. This is near the intersection of Highway 98 and Blue Angel Parkway. You do have road blockage there, at least at last look. Also, Hillcrest and Greenlight still working. I-10 to the Bayway has been moving with no big problems this morning. The backups we've seen have been pretty minor. Won't take very long to get through there. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock with Norton. No one wants to wake up to the news that they're the victim of identity theft or that malware is compromising their smartphone. That's why LifeLock with Norton now includes protection for your identity and devices. Join at LifeLock.com and use promo code RISK to get 10% off your first year.
See traffic? Call the traffic tip line, 1-866-299-6983. Gulf Coast weather from NBC 15 and the Chemco Metal Building's Weather Center.
It is going to be a soggy start to the work week. Hey, everybody, I'm NBC 15's meteorologist Kelly Fox.
Hey, Facebook. By the way, hey, Facebook. Thank you for watching. I forgot to talk to you because I'm thinking about what I'm going to say next. I don't have a script. So I got to think it through. That's why I wasn't talking to you. But I promise in future commercial breaks, we'll get very close in conversation. But here we go, or here I go.
Ready to buy a new or used car? Visit TrueCar to enjoy a more confident car buying experience.
Your favorite hosts are here. News Radio 710 WNTM. Gulf Coast Mornings with traffic updates on the 9s all morning long on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Gulf Coast Mornings, Uncle Henry here with you on News Radio 710 WNTM and 99.5 FM The Jag. So yes, I am wearing a no-tolls cape, which I know seems a little unusual, but you do what you have to do to fight in our modern political environment and promote yourself at the same time. Now, why would I wear a cape? Well, as I mentioned in the previous segment, I was inspired by three people: Greg Peterson, Bradley Byrne, and Roy Moore's protege, Dean Young. Now, last week, Bradley Byrne held town hall meetings, and he was wearing a sticker, and I heard Greg Peterson talking about Bradley Byrne. Let's listen back to what Greg Peterson said about Bradley Byrne. This is how Greg Peterson led a recent newscast.
Congressman Bradley Byrne is officially a sticker-wearing anti-toll crusader.
A sticker-wearing. Now, see, there was something about that phrase that made me realize that wearing the sticker, somehow wearing something, the wearing of apparel, the wearing of a sticker, somehow the wearing of something transformed Bradley Byrne into a crusader.
Congressman Bradley Byrne is officially a sticker-wearing anti-toll crusader.
I thought, well, I hate the toll. In fact, personally, I think the toll is satanic. It's real, and I'm not hyping this. It is demonic. It would do diabolical damage to the lives of middle-income individuals and the poor. It is truly a satanic idea to toll people $6 to go one way on the interstate. So I want to fight it. I want to fight it just like all these other thousands of people want to fight it. And so how to fight? So some form of apparel. But would a sticker be enough? Now, Bradley Byrne's already a congressman, so he only needs a sticker.
Congressman Bradley Byrne is officially a sticker-wearing anti-toll crusader.
But what could I do to up my game? Because I'm way down the ladder from Bradley Byrne. And then I noticed, like the next day, Roy Moore's protege, Dean Young, held a press conference in the hot August heat with full testosterone, announcing that he had spent his own money on a poll about the toll, which made no sense because we all can tell. You don't need a poll to know that the vast majority of people are against this toll bridge. There was no reason for this poll. The only reason one would pay for a poll out of their own pocket would be to promote themselves. Obviously, Dean Young, he's fighting the toll, which is good, but he's also promoting himself for some office that he's going to run for at some point. And I thought, that's it! I've got to do maybe I'm kind of like a protege of Dean Young. Roy Moore taught Dean Young, mentored Dean Young. Now Dean Young, through his example, teaching me how to jump into this issue. And now my investment is only like a little less than $15, but it's the same principle. We've gone out of pocket here, All right, a little bit more on this as we continue.
Weather Rate has once again named NBC 15 the most accurate local weather forecast.
All right, Facebook, good morning. Let me see who's watching on Facebook. Good morning. Leanna. Leanna, would you like to try on my cape? That's right. Ordinarily, I want to keep some kind of a distance with Leanna. But Leanna, would you like to try on my cape? The toll issue can bring us together. It can bring us together. Leanna, would you like to try on my cape today? Josh Woods. Josh Woods, would you like to try on? Would you like me to come to the grounds this week and you could put the cape on and be photographed in the cape? Would you like that, Josh? I'll come out to the grounds if you promise to put the cape on and be photographed with it. James Eubanks, good morning to you. Leah, good morning to you. Tammy Cook, good morning to you. Faith Davis, I don't know where you are. If you're within driving distance, I would visit you if you promise to put the cape on and be photographed in the cape. RJ, good morning to you. B. Graves, the talented musician. He probably already has a cape, right? Lewis Duke Jr. Chris Heacock. Good morning to you, Chris. And KP of shirtbutter.com. Shirtbutter.com got me the cape faster. What a quick turnaround on the cape. Now, again, look at the cape. Enjoy the cape. All right, Leanna, I'll be in touch with Leanna. Leanna has agreed to wear the cape. And I will, this will be one of the rare instances where I actually seek out contact with Leanna. So, Leanna, I'll be in touch with you. Let me know, Leanna, when you have a break today, and we can have a detente where you will wear the cape. Let's see. Thank you again for looking. Now, did Josh reply? Josh, will you wear the cape, Josh? If I come to the grounds, will you wear or we'll get I don't want to get you in trouble with the board of directors of the grounds. You never know. There are probably secret toll lovers. Much like the Illuminati. We don't know who they are, but there's somebody out there that loves that stuff. All right, again, more people are watching, so here's the cape. I will be wearing it on the Eastern Shore tomorrow. I'm visiting the Eastern Shore. And I will be, I don't know where, but I might stop in at LA Subs, because if I wear the cape, I might get like a free biscuit. And the food, whatever they're still, that's one, I haven't talked about LA Subs in maybe a couple of years. You can't go wrong with their food. Jim Ziegler, you kind of inspired me because you're willing to do stuff like this to make a point. And I don't believe some people I think are trying to take advantage of this, and I don't think you are. In fact, I'm going to talk about that on the air. Stand by.
5 to 9 every weekday on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Gulf Coast Mornings. Uncle Henry here with you on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM The Jag. Yes, I'm wearing the no-toll cape in an effort. Again, if you've just tuned in, I'm doing this to fight the toll, which I believe is demonic. And really, in fact, we should anybody that was involved with coming up with this idea, we need to figure out how we can get them out of public service. But I'm doing it to also, I'm going to be honest. I'm also doing this to promote myself. Now, there are some people, not all, but there are a few that are jumping into this just to promote themselves. I don't want to name names. Some people are just promoting themselves with this issue. I'm letting you know, yes, I am. I need to remain employed for the next several years because I've not saved enough money for retirement, and so I must do whatever I can to increase my profile in the community, and so that's part of this. But number one, I hate the toll. But number two, self-promotion. Now, Jim Ziegler, I don't think he's doing this to promote himself. He might enjoy the spotlight, but Jim Ziegler is doing it because he believes he's doing the right thing. I trust Jim Ziegler on this. The other people that I've seen in the news, Dr. Lou, I think he's doing this because he's against the toll and that he thinks this is the right thing to do. I trust his motives on this. Mr. Spriggs, that's been involved, I trust his motives. I really do. I think he's doing what he thinks is right. There are other people, though. Other people are jumping in. I think they hope that this will catapult them somewhere. And I'm one of them. I'm one of them. Now, we have a caller. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Uncle Henry.
Hey, Tuskers. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Listen, I didn't know you were really on the air.
Yes, I'm on the air, and I've put you on the air. Did you see my cape today?
I sure did, and this is why I'm calling, because I want to tell, I know that Short Butter doesn't want to get in the cape business. So what about if he got in the no-toll T-shirt business?
I can't.
That might sell.
Well, it probably would, but I can't speak to that. That would be a question for that company.
Well, maybe he's listening, and maybe he heard my call.
Okay, well, good.
So I just thought I would throw that out there, just an FYI. I would buy one.
All right, well, thank you, Tuskers.
You bet.
Have a
great day.
There she goes, Tuskers. Very loyal listener and viewer of the program. Tuskers doesn't mind that I'm promoting myself along with fighting the toll of the devil, which could devastate, I don't, why should I even say any more about it? The points have been made beautifully and eloquently by many others at these public meetings, like the one that was held on the Causeway, where this, and it's such a bad idea. We now wonder, is it bad on purpose? A lot of us now wondering, was it bad? Was this designed to fail? So, I'm not going to be out and about a lot today. I will be, but look for me on social media in the Cape. Former Uncle Henry Show call screener Leanna has agreed to wear the cape for social media. I'm also having people to give me their address, telling me where they want me to show up so they can put the cape on. I'll be on the Eastern Shore tomorrow wearing the cape. I'll have more details tomorrow. Good morning. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I love your cape so much. It's wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hi, I'm looking for used big top circus tents so we can also make a cape for your mother.
What? Hey, leave my mama out of this. How dare you? How dare you attack my mother when this is an important issue? This is an important issue. It would wreck our economy if we had this toll, and you're going to attack my mother. You know, here I am. I'm trying to do, we're trying to help the community and promote myself at the same time, and you've got to throw my mother into it. Who are you working with? Are you one of the people that stands to make a tremendous amount of millions and billions off of this thing? Huh? All right, listener, I apologize. I apologize for losing my temper. But, you stick your neck out, and somebody is always there to try and cut off the head. And you know what? I should have expected it. I should have expected that my first day in the Cape, I would get attacked for it. Well, I'm not. I'm going to continue. I'm going to have some intestinal fortitude. I'm going to let Dean Young provide the example. His high testosterone level, he would never be deterred by this. He would never be deterred by this. In fact, Dean Young would find that guy. All right, look, there's more to get to as we continue here on Gulf Coast Mornings. News headlines coming up, and then back to the program. Thank you for watching on Facebook. I apologize. I apologize for my outburst. Somebody wanted to talk about my mother being so large that she would require a circus tent sized cape to cover her enormous flesh if she were to wear a no-toll cape. I want you to know that my mother is regular sized. In fact, modern America is larger than ever before, so she might even be considered slender by normal weight conditions in our country. But again, I apologize for my outburst about the person that attacked my mother. All right, so let's see. I will be on the Eastern Shore tomorrow. I've got a business meeting in Foley. I have a new client that is joining the program for the entire Gulf Coast. I'll talk about that later. But after I meet with that client, I plan to wear the no-toll cape to inspire people. Even though it may be 150 degrees, I will go out into the streets of Baldwin County to try and inspire people wearing the no-toll cape. Now, if anyone is watching from a news organization, I am crusading against the toll, but I'm also promoting myself. So would really enjoy all the news organizations following me around wherever I go as I wear. That would be one of the points of wearing the cape. Now, you may be wondering, a lot of the logical questions here are, you may wonder, have I lost my mind? No, that would have been years ago. You think it's unusual for me to wear a cape? I'm already wearing a toupee. So once you wear a toupee, then all the other stuff falls into line with that. So no, I've not lost my mind, and this is not unusual to me. It may be to you. You may be wondering, because I am admitting that this is self-promotion, am I also really against the toll? Yes. I moved to Mobile 4 years ago because of the Bayway. I lived in the fruit and nut section of Fairhope, a block away from the bay. It was paradise. It was utopia. And that utopia was destroyed in my life because of the traffic on the Bayway. And I've been waiting. I've been counting the days for when there might be a bridge so that I could move back to Utopia and continue to work in Mobile. But now this devil toll, this toll of the devil has been put forward, and it means that if I live long enough to see the bridge built, I can't afford to move back to my house in paradise. So AlDOT has ruined my golden years with their toll. They've made it so that I'll never be able to go home again. AlDOT. So, yes, I'm angry at the toll. The toll would impact me personally. It makes me mad enough to wear a cape. And this is good because it's better than me doing what I really wish I could do. And I don't want to get into that. Then you'd be afraid and you'd probably want to red flag me or something. But it really, to wait years and years and years for this dadgum thing, and then, oh, by the way, you won't be able to afford to ride on it. It makes me want to wear a cape and do other things. All right. So this is kind of therapy for me. I'm crusading against something that is demonic. It's one of the worst things the state of Alabama's, and it fits into a long pattern of the rest of the state TTing on Lower Alabama. And I know that's profane, but it is what they do. The lawmakers in Montgomery, they take all of our money. We send up enormous amounts of money from Mobile and Baldwin counties. They take our money and then they tinkle on us and don't give a flip what we say about their decisions. And I'm sick of it. This is another example of it. So I'm sincere in wanting to fight the toll. I'm also sincere in wanting to promote my own interests. And I will continue to wear the cape. And I'll continue to wear the cape until it becomes too disruptive at work. I'm already getting some blowback in the building where some people have a sense of propriety and they think it's a little too weird. Diane Jones, I don't know that Ziegler, I don't believe that he is, I think, yes, he enjoys the spotlight, but I don't think this is all about him. I think he's sincere. Diane. We may disagree, Diane Jones. I think Mr. Ziegler's sincere. I do. Now, the cape is not going to, no one can trip on my cape. Someone has got a comment about the cape being tripped on. It's not long enough for someone to trip on it. Other than, well, I might get it caught in a door, but I don't think anybody will trip on the cape. So there's not going to be an insurance liability. I'm not going to have to get additional insurance for wearing the cape. All right, stand by. I'm being forced to broadcast on the radio again here in a moment. Leanna, please contact me and let me know when you're available for your cape photo. Leanna might be the first person that I photograph in the cape other than me. Former Uncle Henry Show call screener, Leanna. Let me know when you're available, Leanna. Stand by.
For program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via a download.
This is WNTM.
Gulf Coast Mornings continues. Uncle Henry here with you on News Radio 710, WNTM and 99.5 FM The Jag. If you just tuned in late and you're with the news media, I am available later today. If you're looking for a toll story, you've run out of toll stories and you know that that's what people want to see on TV, I am wearing my new No Tolls cape as a peaceful protest against the demonic, diabolical toll that could wreck our lives. So if you're that desperate for a story on tolls, unclehenry@gmail.com. I'll be glad to parade through the streets of the city of Mobile and Baldwin County wearing the cape so that you can photograph it. Now, in other news, there is other news to get to. Let me get to a quick story here. We had an event in downtown Mobile Saturday, dozens of people going to Moe's Barbecue, a wonderful venue, to crusade in favor of their Second Amendment right to bear arms. It was a Bama Carry event where people who want to protect their right to bear arms all gathered together. Let's listen to Muriel Bailey of NBC 15 as she interviewed patriotic Americans with their guns.
In a room full of people, on some it's easy to spot. They're carrying a gun on their hip. On others, it's concealed.
I feel like as a woman, I would like to have the right to protect myself.
Teresa Wynn is a member of Mobile County's Bama Carry chapter. She, along with others like Chad Summerlin, believe in the right to carry.
We have over 20,000 gun laws on the books today. 9,000 something in something on the federal side, over 20,000 federal and state laws. Adding more gun laws is not going to help.
With the recent mass shootings in El Paso, Texas and Dayton, Ohio, Summerlin says instead of stricter gun laws, lawmakers should focus more on mental health.
Most of these shooters, these mass shootings, are people that have not, should be in a mental institution. Right now, the mental institutions have almost been eradicated from the United States. Those people need to be committed. Nobody wants a person that has mental problems have a gun.
It's scenarios like those that Wynn says she wants to be prepared for.
If I was in a part of that situation, I would definitely want the right to defend myself and my family.
Summerlin says being able to protect yourself could stop potential mass shooters from taking lives.
These mass shooters, it's easy for them to go to a gun-free zone and shoot people. So what we're here is saying, hey, we want civilians armed to be able to protect themselves and their family.
Bama Carry has more than 30 chapters across Alabama.
And thank you to Bama Carry for holding the event and continuing to fight for our rights. Thank you to NBC 15 for actually covering that and not making them look like gun nuts. Thank you to all involved. We do have a lot of people in this country that should be in mental institutions. No doubt about it.
.710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Kia.
Now Angelo will call in from Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry. We do a regularly scheduled discussion of precious metals at this time every day on the program, and I'm looking forward to hearing from Angelo. Now, Angelo, say hello to the Facebook audience.
Well, good morning, world. Good morning, Facebook. And good morning, Uncle Henry. How are we doing today?
Doing fantastic. Have you seen the Cape?
I did. I was very impressed.
Very good. All right, I'm going to be asking you about it on the air. I'm also going to ask you about the possibility of a no-toll coin. And what else would you like me to ask you about in terms of Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry?
The fact that even though we may not have a no toll coin, we do have lots of other cool coins and jewelry items available.
Very good. All right, we'll get into all of that as we continue. Angelo and I did, we went to Butch Cassidy's together. If you wonder what life is like behind the scenes, yes, Angelo and I did go to Butch Cassidy's Friday night. We want to support the businesses on Florida Street that have been devastated by the idiotic work of the city. Angelo, you said that the other business across the street had rough times too.
They had some very rough times, and as a matter of fact, I really enjoyed their banner. I wanted so much to take a picture of that and post it on social media. We apologize for the city's incompetence. Was that what it was?
Something like that.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, but it was nice. There was a big crowd there at Butch Cassidy's Friday, so it looks like they might be bouncing back after all that horrible work. All right, stand by. Gulf Coast Mornings here on News Radio 710 WNTM and 99.5 FM The Jag. Have Angelo on the telephone from Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry, 2204 Government Street in Midtown Mobile. They're about to open up in a little less than 20 minutes. Angelo, have you seen my no tolls cape that I've been wearing today?
I saw that bright and early this morning. Quite impressive. Nice social and nice statement you're making there. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, now do
on
you
several levels.
Well, now do you think that when I parade, as I plan to parade myself through the streets of the city of Mobile and the streets of all the cities of Baldwin County, do you think people will meet me with happiness, or will they think I'm a lunatic?
Well, first of all, I think they will meet you with happiness, and who cares if they think you're a lunatic?
All right, I like the way that Angelo thinks. Now, Angelo, I know you've got the ability to make all kind of different kinds of coins, colorized coins and things like that. Have you made a no tolls coin yet?
Not yet. I've actually been sort of surprised that somebody hasn't come up to us and asked to do a limited run of, no tolls or no bridge tolls. Some sort of cool little coin, stating that they don't want to do that. We don't have those coins. We do have a lot of other cool coins in stock, including those John Wicks. They are finally back in stock here at the shop, but I've already sold half of what came in.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about your selection of unusual precious metal bullion items.
Well, we always try to stock the basic 1-ounce silver bars, 1-ounce silver rounds, American Eagles, but there's so much other cool stuff out there, everything from Disney to Star Wars to John Wick to a Bitcoin 1-ounce silver coin, all sorts of other different designs, then on into the jewelry, thousands of different pieces of jewelry, because not everybody wants the same thing. We try to give you plenty of variety, but yet at a great price.
That's at Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry, 2204 Government Street in Midtown Mobile. Open it up here in a little less than 20 minutes, and you can find them online at mobilebaycoins.com and also at mobilebaycoins.com. The podcast that Angelo does with Ron, Two Guys and Some Change, when is the new episode going up?
We'll be putting that out there tomorrow morning.
All right. Angelo, have a great day.
You too, sir.
There he goes, Angelo of Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry. Always a voice of reason, at least in my opinion. And who would think, you heard him talk about almost sold out again of these John Wick coins, that people would want to get involved in something like that. But you never know what is going to trigger people and have them want to purchase it like that. So John Wick coins, I am surprised that nobody has requested a no tolls coin that they could give out. Well, this issue is going to be around for a while. So there's room for many other people to follow my lead and jump in on this. All right, we're going to take a timeout here for our sponsors and then get back, and also traffic and weather together on the 9s. We've had a rough commute for a lot of people traveling the interstate eastbound today. We're going to hear from our sponsors, get traffic and weather together on the 9s, and then one more segment of Gulf Coast Mornings.
Hey, lots of good stuff happening at Harley-Davidson.
All right, Facebook, heading into the final segment of the program for today. Again, the cape provided by shirtbutter.com. And I would like to thank shirtbutter.com. But again, shirtbutter.com does not want, it's a one-time only cape. So if you want your own cape, you're going to have to go to a different cape provider. You'll have to go to a different cape provider for your cape. Let me take a look at who might be watching this morning. I've not been able to look in the heat of the moment here on Gulf Coast Mornings. Good morning to Lewis Duke Jr., Leah B. Graves, Roger Bird, Don Evans. And there are others of you watching that I cannot see, I think due to your own privacy settings. Brent H., Becky Lockwood, Diane Jones, Christina Calloway, all the different people. Thank you for whoever's watching. Thank you for looking in on Gulf Coast Mornings. If you enjoy the Cape, just stay tuned through the week, and I'll report to you people's reaction to it. This is good. This will be educational in seeing how people react to the Cape. B. Graves, is there a Cape website? Capes Are Us? Oh, Capes Are Us, you can buy the domain for almost $3,000. So never mind on that. Let's see. In the next segment of the show, I guess I'll recap my plans, and I'll try to provide some other news items because there are some people that tune in. For different stories other than the toll. B. Graves, thank you for your review of the podcast. I appreciate that. B. Graves, any suggestions on the podcast, I would appreciate that very much. I mentioned that Angelo and I went to Butch Cassidy's Friday. For those of you that are not aware, the city of Mobile has been doing a drainage project on Old Shell Road, Florida Street, in front of Butch Cassidy's for months, and it was just devastating to the businesses on that stretch of Florida Street. And the city finally has paved back over that area. And thank goodness Butch Cassidy's was able to stay in business. It was difficult for him. It really was. There was another time a few months ago that Angelo and I went in there, and we were one of the few customers. It was really rough what was done there on Florida Street. But it looks like they bounced back. There were a lot of people there. The food could not have been better. It was really, not only was the hamburger perfect, I would rarely say that about any restaurant, but they had these like potato wedges that came with it. Those things were almost better than the hamburger. It was really good food. That was not a commercial for Butch Cassidy's. I just really enjoyed it. All right, stand by.
Minute info you want at home. Say, Alexa, listen to News Radio 710 WNTM on iHeartRadio.
It's that easy.
Gulf Coast Mornings here on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM The Jag. Uncle Henry here with you. We have news headlines coming up in 10 minutes, along with traffic and weather together on the nines. To recap, today is the first day of many that I'll be wearing my anti-toll cape. That I know sounds bizarre to many listening, but I've been inspired. I've been inspired for a number of reasons, and I don't want to go really in depth. I spent a lot of time earlier this hour explaining this, but if you tuned in late due to your lack of initiative in life, or maybe your lack of interest, I was inspired. But number one, I hate the idea of this toll. Like many tens of thousands of people locally, the toll would impact me, and it makes me very angry on a number of levels. I'm angry at the idea itself. I'm angry at ALDOT for even suggesting it, or even moving forward with it. I'm angry with the response of Governor Ivey and her people. I'm angry at a lot of other people in the state that love to take our money, and they don't give a flip about us. So I'm angry at the toll, and I'm also inspired because I've noticed that there are people jumping in that, to me, look like they're jumping in just to promote themselves on this issue. I don't want to get too specific because I'm not telepathic, and I don't know a lot of what's going on in people's hearts and minds, but it just kind of looks like people promoting themselves, jumping in on it. And so, if other people can do this, why not me? So yes, I'm going to fight the devil toll, and at the same time promote myself. And what better way of doing it than have a cape? So I'll let you know as the week goes on. I'll let you know the reaction as I wear it out and about. And maybe we can meet up. If you want to get photographed in it, maybe we can meet up and you can get photographed in it. I don't mind meeting you as long as you don't touch me too much. So we'll continue with this as the days go on. And again, any news media listening, you know you want a toll story, and there's not one out there today. Here I am. Here I am, news media. I'm easy to get in touch with. I'm not going to hold a press conference outside in August like other people that want to take advantage of this and promote themselves. Instead, I'm just letting you know where I am. UncleHenry@gmail.com. Now, what else can we get into before we're out of time here in this hour of Gulf Coast Mornings? There was a story that I wanted to share. This is an NBC 15 story from the weekend that had to do with people in Mobile. There are some parents in Mobile County complaining about hot school buses. And so Cassie Fambro of NBC 15 this is very brief, this is about a minute, where she went and just found out what it would cost to air-condition school buses because parents are claiming their kids cannot ride school buses because it's hot.
Heat out here, these cold red temps can be tough for even us to deal with. So kids who are forced to ride the bus, it's extra tough on them because they don't have a choice. Mobile County Public Schools have a whopping 700 buses taking thousands of kids to school and back home daily. Now, they've all got tinted windows and roof hatches, but as soon as the bus is still, the heat settles. Water and Gatorade are allowed on all buses according to the school system, but a good tip is to send them with one of those cooling neck towels in addition to water. Now, even with precautions, one local mom told us the heat has made her child sick, but the cost to put AC in the buses might shock you.
My baby even told me that he don't even want to ride the bus no more because it'd be too hot.
To retrofit the buses, it's anywhere from 10 to 15,000. And when you think 10 to 15,000, you think that's not so bad, but we have to multiply that by 700.
And when you do that multiplication, that comes to at least $7 million that the school system says it doesn't have.
Okay. So now what do I think when I hear this story? I think about my time in school where there was no such thing as air-conditioned public education when I went to school. We did have public education, but we didn't have air conditioning. We just sweat all day. And after lunch, we would sit around in a stupor in the afternoon heat after eating. There wasn't a lot of fighting or anything at my school during that time of year because we were just all in a stupor of heat. But times have changed, and modern Americans can't handle heat on the school bus. Hey, thank you for listening to Gulf Coast Mornings. Back with more tomorrow morning at 5.
This is a Bloomberg Market Minute. Stock.
All right, Facebook, thank you for watching. I'm going to now go off the air, and I'm going to crusade against tolls and promote myself shamelessly. I'm going to be doing both at the same time. I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock. Thanks again for watching here on Facebook.